Hi everyone, Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be creating a card with products. I wanted to focus on products from the Sale-A-Bration catalog and from the new mini catalog. But of course, I also am using stuff from the annual catalog. But I really wanted to make cards this month using stuff from the two newest catalogs. So we're going to get started with a card base of Petal Pink, and I will have all the dimensions on my blog for this card. Sorry. And then we're going to have a layer of Night of Navy, and then a layer of Shaded Spruce, and we're going to bring in some designer paper from, this is from the mini catalog. It's called Regency Park, and we're going to be using this design right here. And then I wanted to bring in this die here, which is part of, this is in the annual catalog, which is part of this set, the Painted Poppies. It's one of the dies that comes bundled with this set. And then I wanted to bring in some Shaded Spruce, and I wanted that to go kind of in the middle there. So I brought in my stylish shapes and used, I think it was this one, yeah, to die cut that out. So then we have that taken care of. And then I wanted a sentiment, but I didn't want it to be overbearing. So I decided I was going to use this punch, which is one of my favorites, the double oval. But the sentiment that I wanted to use, because this is going to be a sympathy card, I wanted to use this set, which is one of the Sale-A-Bration stamp sets, and I wanted to use some sayings in here. I wanted to say, it's okay not to feel okay. And then on the inside, I was going to say, some days are harder than others, and then hope today is one of the easier ones. So that's a Sale-A-Bration set. And then we're also going to be using this one here because of these little flowers here. Now what I did, because this does not have a die, I went ahead and created a video showing what I did to create these. I made several of them. So I will link that in the description and also at the end of this video if you want to go watch it to see how I made several of these because I didn't want to fussy cut them out. And I did use my cameo silhouette, but I did it differently. I didn't like cut them all out individually with well, I did with the silhouette, but then I didn't stamp the images until after they were cut. So if you want to go watch that, you can. So anyway, since I wanted to use that, it's okay not to feel okay. When you punch out that oval here, it's this size, and I wanted my sentiment to be smaller. So what I did, see, I stamped it in the Night of Navy here and used that same punch. And if you notice, it's a little bit smaller. So what I ended up doing was I went ahead and I stamped it, and then I brought it in and I, lined it up where I wanted it toward the bottom. And basically I just then, let me get that lined up, show you there. See how I'm focusing on the bottom area? And then I punched it. And then all I did was I took it and put it back in from the top side into the punch, and then got it lined up the way I wanted it, with, and this is kind of hard to do on here because I'm trying to stay in the camera and do it. But you line it up basically where you want it. And once you do that, then you punch it out again. And then it leaves a little, like a little extra on the sides here. So then what I did is I went ahead and just took my snips, and I went ahead and just kind of just, cut that off, that little, it was kind of like a little indentation. Let's see if I can do that. I need to bring something in so that I can get this lined up so I can show you. So you come in from the top and you get it into the punch. But see, then the trick is going to be to get that. So I'm going to take your pick tool and kind of get that lined up where I want it. Maybe something like that. So it's a matter of trying to get it just the way you want it. So that's not too bad. So we're just going to do that just so that I can show you. And then you punch it out again. But then see what happens is then you get like these little edges that stick out that doesn't make it totally oval. So then that's when I went in with my paper snips and just kind of ovaled out those, cut that off and made it into an oval. And then this is what the result is. And, it's not exactly perfect, but I don't think you'll even notice it. But I wanted that to be smaller. So that's going to be my sentiment. And then, again, we're going to have these flowers. And I've already colored them in. So basically all I did is I took the inside of the flower, and I'm using petal pink on all of them, and I did this one like full strength, and then for the bottom part here with the stamp, I went ahead and inked it up with the shaded spruce, but I off stamped it because I didn't want it really dark. And then on this petal pink, I went ahead and did it full strength here. But on these two, I off stamped it first and then put it there. And I don't know if you can really tell the difference. This one is a little darker, but it's probably hard to tell on the camera. And then I took the little part that goes on the inside of the flowers and I stamped that with Mango Melody. So then that's that. And then the inside, I just took another piece of this designer paper and I stamped the two sentiments that I wanted. I did it in the Night of Navy and the shaded spruce. Stamped the outline of the flower here. Now all I have to do is glue this on the bottom, and then that'll be the inside of the card. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a little bundle of these. And the way I did that is I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm going to make the dark one be on the top. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this bottom of this stem, and I'm going to hide it right behind that little bud there. And then I'm going to take and put a little glue on the bottom of here and also hide that behind one of those. And I'm going to make a little bundle there. And then I'm going to hide, when I put it on here, I'm going to hide the bottom of this stem somehow with the sentiment here. So let me go ahead and get that all put together, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have all that put together, and then I already did the inside. And so what I did after I glued these three together, then I went ahead and I put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And what's nice about this too is then you can like put the dimensionals where the flowers meet, so it also helps keep them together. And then we can go ahead and take the release paper off, and then we'll go ahead and put that on our card. And then I'll show you what I did with the sentiment. So I want to put this because I want to hide that bottom stem. So I'm going to kind of put it at an angle like that. And then on the sentiment, because it's going to go down on top of, the top part's going to be on top of all these layers here, more than what's here, I had to go ahead and put a piece of cardstock there to give it a little more thickness at the bottom. And then now I can go ahead and put a Stampin' Dimensional there so that hopefully it'll be a little more even when I put this down, so that it's not like, you know, pushing down, like the bottom part would look like it's lower. So then I can go ahead and just find a nice spot for this sentiment. If I want it a little bit over that border there of the designer series paper. And there you have that. See, and it's a little more even. When I didn't put that cardstock behind there, then this was going to be laying down a little more, you know, I feel like it's more even this way because this is the top part's on more layers and the bottom part's on less layers. So that's why I did that. So there we go. So now I think I'll just grab some dimensionals and be back, and we'll finish up this card. Okay, so I'm back with my, and I think I said dimensionals before, I meant embellishments. So of course I pulled in my favorite, my brushed brass butterflies, and I'm down to only 2 little ones, so I'm going to use 3 large ones on this card. So I'm going to put one up here, and then I'll probably put 2 down near the sentiment. And then I think we'll be done with this card. It's just a matter of deciding where to put them, right? Do I want it off to the side? I don't know. Maybe we'll put it, I know, let's put it over here in this corner. I like that. That's better. I feel like it's more of a, you know, triangular, which that is pleasing to the eye. So I like that a lot. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, all the dimensions will be on my blog, and I have that linked in the description below. I will link the video on how I did these flowers without a die, and I'll put that at the end of the video, and I'll also put it in the description below. And then that'll be it for this card. But I thought it turned out very nice. I noticed that designer series paper pack has a lot of blue in it, and I'm not a big fan of that, but I do like blue and green together, so that's why I chose this designer paper. Plus, it was what was left over from another project that will be coming up here next month on my YouTube channel that I really thought turned out nice too. Alrighty, well, thank you all for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, and I really appreciate you all. And until my next video, remember, choose joy, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone, and have fun crafting.